In this class, we discuss about a transistor. A transistor is a three-terminal device and it is a semiconductor device. It is a semiconductor device. Here we can see the three terminals. One is emitter, base and collector. So emitter is heavily doped, we can say, heavily doped, and base is lightly doped, whereas collector is moderately doped. So if we see, the area of collector is more compared to the other terminals. So other, we can say, junctions. So here we can see two junctions for the transistors, Z1, Z2. So the junction between N and P and the junction between P and N. If in examination, if they ask how many junctions for a transistor will be, there will be two junctions. One is Z1 and Z2. So here there are two different types of transistors. One is NPN transistor and PNP transistor. So a transistor is nothing but it is a connection of two diodes. Connection of two diodes back to back. Here you can see a diode is connected in this way and another diode is connected in reverse direction. So here we know that P type is having more holes, that is majority carriers, and N type is having more electrons. So in order to operate a transistor, we have to give biasing. What is biasing is? Biasing is giving a DC voltage, giving a DC voltage to a transistor. So we will give a DC voltage to transistor to operate it. So in order to operate a transistor, we will give a DC voltage, that is called biasing. So here we have seen two junctions. One is J1 is input junction, and whereas J2 is output output junction. So when we give biasing to the two different junctions, then we can operate a transistor in different ways. So now I will tell you how we can operate a transistor in different ways. So if you apply a forward bias to the input junction and forward bias to the output junction, then the transistor will operate in saturation condition. Okay, so if you apply a forward bias to the input junction and a reverse bias to the output junction, then it acts in the active region. It operates in the active region. So if you give reverse bias and a forward bias, then the transistor will not work. So if you give reverse bias and reverse bias, so this we can say it as cutoff region. So now if you draw the regions of the transistor, so this will be the saturation region and this will be the cutoff region. So if you want to draw this, so this part will be the cutoff region, cutoff, and this part this part will be the saturation region. So that means this will be the active region. This will be the active region. So in order to operate the transistor in active region, we have to give for input junction forward bias and for output junction reverse bias. So what is forward bias and reverse bias? If you think, so if it is a P terminal, and let us think N terminal. So if you give a positive supply to the P terminal and a negative supply to the N terminal, that is called forward bias. If you give in reverse way, that means if you give negative connection to the P type and positive connection to the N type, that is called reverse bias. So if you give the biasing in this way, then we can operate the transistor in different regions. So in saturation region, it will work as on switch, and in cutoff region, it will work as off switch. Okay, so that means you can use a transistor as a switch. It is one of the main application of the transistor. Another main application is when you use the transistor in active region, it will act like amplifier. So that means if you are giving if you are giving 2 volts input, let us say 2 volts input you are giving, so maybe you will get around 10 volts or more than 10 volts in the output. So just for example I am saying, so this acts like amplifier. So another main application of the transistor is it can be used as a amplifier. So in next class we will discuss about common base configuration, common emitter configuration, and common collector configuration. Okay, thank you.